succession plan to the roadmap for 5G rollout. Mukesh Ambani today announced the direction RIL will take in months to come. The CMD of RIL has promised a 5G rollout across India by the end of next year, and the group will spend 2 lakh crore rupees to achieve this goal. RIL will also partner with chip major Qualcomm. The announcements, however, failed to impress investors, with RIL stock closing the day down about 0.7%. We analyze Mukesh Ambani's speech in detail, but first let's listen into what he had to say.
Jio 5G will be the world's largest and most advanced 5G network. Most operators are deploying a version of 5G called non-standalone 5G, which is essentially a 5G radio signal that is delivered over their existing 4G infrastructure. This non-standalone approach is a hasty way to nominally claim a 5G launch, but this approach cannot deliver the breakthrough improvements in performance and capability that are truly possible with 5G. In sharp contrast, Jio will deploy the latest version of 5G called standalone 5G, which has absolutely zero dependency on our 4G network. To build our pan-India true 5G network, we have committed a total investment of 2 lakh crore rupees. Jio has prepared an ambitious and the fastest ever 5G rollout plan for a country of our size. Within the next 2 months, that is by Diwali of 2022, we will launch Jio 5G across multiple key cities, including the metro cities of Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Calcutta. Subsequently, we plan to increase the Jio 5G footprint month after month until by December of 2023, which is less than 18 months from today, to deliver Jio 5G to every town, every taluka, and every tehsil of our country. We will use our combined wireless and wireline assets to blanket the 3.3 million square kilometers of India's landmass with fiber quality broadband, connecting even those parts of the country where thus far satellite technology was considered the only option for connectivity. At a time when a bright future is beckoning Reliance, what gives me optimism about ability to realize our dreams is our huge reservoir of young, dynamic, and best-in-class talent. Our next generation leaders are taking over the reins confidently across businesses, verticals, and horizontals. Akash and Isha have assumed leadership roles in Jio and retail. They have been passionately involved in our consumer business since its inception. Anand has also joined in our new energy business with great zeal. In fact, he is spending most of his time in Jamnagar. All three have fully inherited our founders' mindset. They are first among equals in a young team of leaders and professionals who are already doing amazing things at Reliance. My leadership team is also empowering our next-gen leaders by giving them a larger canvas to work on and greater responsibilities to fulfill. Of course, all of them are being mentored on a daily basis by our senior leaders, including myself and the board of directors.
I'm excited to announce that this year we will launch our fast-moving consumer goods business. The objective of this business is to develop and deliver products that solve every Indian's daily needs with high-quality products at affordable pricing. As part of our commitment to India's rich culture and heritage, we will soon start marketing quality goods produced by tribals and other marginalized communities across India. We generated employment for more than 1,50,000 people during the year, taking our total employee base to over 3,60,000.
Well, firstly, to start off with, on the telecom business, the company's chairman Mukesh Ambani said that they will invest close to 2 lakh crore rupees for 5G. Now, this also includes the spectrum capex that they have already done of close to 90,000 crore rupees. So, another 1.1 lakh crore rupees is what the company is going to invest on developing the 5G network. Along with this, they also said that they will start 5G services in Diwali this year in key cities, which will also include the metro cities. But by the next year of December, that is December 2023, it will deliver, or it will start pan-India 5G services. And on the product side, it said it's planning to launch Jio Air Fiber, which is a hotspot device which will provide high-speed 5G data services at home. And on other product that it said it will launch is the Jio Cloud PC, which is expected to replace personal computers. So these are the two big product announcements that the company has done on the telecom side. It also said that it is still working with Google to make affordable 5G phones in India. Now, moving on from the telecom business, for the O2C business, it has laid out a capital expenditure plan of close to 75,000 crore rupees over the next 5 years, which will be deployed to start new O2C value chains. And when it comes to the new energy business, it said that it will build India's first and world's largest carbon fiber plant going forward, and the first phase of this is expected to complete by 2025, and it expects carbon fiber to lead the growth for the O2C business in coming years going forward. On the new energy business, it also said that the 10 gigawatt solar PV cell and module factory is expected to start production by 2024, and it is planning to increase its capacity to 20 gigawatt by 2026. It also starts to start production of the battery packs by 2023 and scale the production for battery packs to 5 gigawatt by 2024 and nearly 50 gigawatt by 2027. Along with this, it also said that it will set up a 20 gigawatt solar generation capacity which will be developed by 2025, and the entire energy that will be generated from this will be used for the captive purpose. Along with this, the company also said that Akash Ambani will be leading Jio, Isha will be leading the retail business, while Anant is looking into the new energy business going forward. And lastly, the chairman Mukesh Ambani also said that it is expecting Reliance Industries to double in value by 2027.
And Kunj Bansal, CIO, investmentilliteracy.com, joins us now on the show. Kunj, great to have you on. Just to get your sense of what was the biggest highlight for you from this slew of announcements, and why do you think this failed to enthuse the markets?
Okay, so obviously we'll come to the second part of the question, why did it fail to enthuse investors later? But coming to your first part, so the highlight is the amount of investment. So they have announced 2 lakh crore investment in the Jio business and 75,000 crore investment in the Petchem. The amounts to be invested in other businesses, energy, etc., are not yet announced. But if we put ballpark numbers, so we are looking at investment of 3 to 4 lakh crores over, let's say, next 4 to 5 years. Along with that, let's imagine the kind of employment that will get generated. So already, I think Isha announced that this year they have hired 1.5 lakh incremental new people, and the total number of employees went to 3 lakh plus. So a similar number with 4 to 5 lakh crore of investment over 4-5 years, I won't be surprised if another 1 lakh people get employed. And the kind of secondary and tertiary benefit of growth that all these things give to economy, to the vendors, to suppliers, to bankers, and things like that. So I think along with all other announcements, as you asked, the highlight for me was the amount, the corpus, the magnitude of investment that the company will make. Coming to the second part of your question, why did it fail to enthuse investors? So first of all, I don't think it failed to enthuse investors. Throughout the day, the stock, or rather in between the day, the stock kept moving up between positive and negative, and kept marginally negative, not significantly negative in a market which was down 1.5%.
Okay.
So the reason, if at all, we have to attribute, although it's always difficult, one, the market was negative. So in that, if stock closes down, we don't mind. Two, if at all, I would just attribute it to the fact that Mr. Ambani announced that he will talk about the IPO of Jio and retail in next year's AGM. Now, which means that these IPOs are postponed at least for 1 year.
Yeah.
So that is something that market was looking forward to. But along with that, he also said that the next year's AGM will be a combination mode of physical and digital. So that is another positive sign that people will again get to meet the management of the company. So these are the some
No,
of
so
the things.
Kunj, just to focus a bit on the FMCG announcement. Now, Reliance Retail has been on quite an acquisition spree, but today when Isha Ambani spoke specifically about a foray into FMCG, very crowded space, highly competitive space. How do you look at that announcement, and what do you think the strategy will be for Reliance?
So, in fact, when Reliance as a group, the unified group in the earlier format came into telecom, I think the telecom group already was much more competitive and
Yes,
overcrowded than what it is today.
yes.
At the same time, Reliance made a place for itself the way it went into the business in terms of strategy, in terms of network rollout and pricing. But the others have also survived. It's not that they have gone out of business. Of course, the number has reduced, maybe because it's a high capital intensity oriented industry. Now, coming to FMCG, it's not a high capital oriented industry. In fact, the similar fears came in 4-5 years ago when Patanjali started to suddenly become very seemingly dominant. But today we know that they have become one of the existing players, and nobody has gone out. So I think that something similar will be there. Their existing FMCG companies have been the brands which have given confidence of quality, value, and the taste over the last 50, 60, trending up to 100. I don't think they are going to go anywhere. At the same time, given the growth that is there in the economy, there is a new player coming in. We have already seen players keep coming in. In fact, we have seen all the big modern trade outlets continuing to roll out their own private label brands. But that doesn't take away the fact that all the existing FMCG companies continue to grow at the rate of industry growth. Some of them higher than industry growth. Also, some of them have been losing market share. So yes, it is a competitive market. It's a relatively slower growth. So the industry growth is in single digits, sometimes high single digits, sometimes mid single digits, barely going into lower double digit. But that's the nature of the industry, and I think we have to wait and watch how things pan out. But I don't think that neither are existing players going to go out, nor a new player like Reliance that it won't be able to make a place for itself. Doesn't look like that.
What about the very clear roadmap on succession? I mean, these were already known. The next gen Ambanis were already taking their positions in their respective companies. But the way it was outlined today, do you think that's also a very, very important signal coming in?
That's indeed a very positive thing. In fact, if we go back in the history of Indian corporates, it's only the public sector which is somehow, for multiple other reasons, considered a notch below the private managements, is where the succession planning has always been there very clearly. But the private sector didn't used to have it. In fact, taking the example of Reliance itself, at the time of Dhirubhai, unfortunately, there was no succession planning. And then we saw how things panned out. There was a little bit of maybe more than little bit of sibling rivalry, and the breakup that happened, and the positives and negatives things that happened in the news flow development and things like that. Same has been the case with a lot of other groups also in the past. So that is something that is a very good thing, that it has been addressed well in time. That not only has it created a succession planning, it gives enough time for the leaders the children who are taking over, and also the management teams and the employees who are working with the existing generation to start working with the next generation and trying to understand their style of working, their thoughts, give them a lot of contribution, a lot of inputs, also try to understand what is the vision, and accordingly change their style of working. So that's indeed a very positive sign, and in fact that's one of the reasons I think market has been rewarding positively to Reliance stock over the last few months. Of course, market itself has been positive in last 2 months, but I think more than that, this has been one of the reasons that market has been giving positive
Markets
credit.
like clarity, investors like clarity, and there was abundant clarity here with Mukesh Ambani also saying that it's not like he's retiring, he's going to be very, very hands-on in terms of leadership. So that perhaps has also been seen as a positive. Thank you for joining us today, Kunj, and breaking that big corporate announcement down. Now,